Well, hello again. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, I really want to encourage you to take advantage of this month. And the reason for this is the beginning of the entryway to the entire year. I know it's a lot to consider that there is an exact moment that opens up a gateway or a pathway to everything else. While in the same way that sunrise leads to sunset and so on, there are cycles and seasons of experiences. Now, this month after the equinox, this is the beginning of the first month of autumn. And for me, the entry into the pathway of your opportunity to change everything else about yourself, your life, and your family tree is best suited if you start now in this month. Now, how to do that is really with a wide variety of different instruments, and I'll just name a few, because this is a month to experience one thing. You can call it different things at different times, but it is feeling. It's your existence. Is the center point of your consciousness. You can say that's infused with awareness, that's infused with free will, but its primary existence is also founded on the fountainhead of feeling. That feeling is the primary instrument through which you can increase your capacity to change, to grow, to exhibit higher and higher access to consciousness, be it personal or collective. It starts in this month. That's why it's such a personal thing to be engaged in what does it feel like. Yes, there's a gland and an organ, a body system, a grandmother, which by the way, that happens to be mother's side of the family. Kidney, bladder orientation, water system distribution, elimination channels, and so on, but it's a feeling about you. The sincere desire to feel you. Yes, I have suggested in the past that it's the divine feminine function of the lake that has no ripple, and now you are engaged in the very first experience of your conception. This pattern now becomes a holographic pattern that you can go month to month every year. You can go all the way through the same cycle and repeat it again on a spiral, ever larger. Start there. You can start anytime you want by going to this location. What I mean by that is, if you want to do the grandmother of health and healing, which is grandmother number 3 or father's mother on the father's side, and you really want to invigorate your ability to regenerate or heal your body utilizing nutrients or touch or the plant kingdom, start here. What I mean by that is experience the desire to feel that. Every one of these is founded on your ability to occupy the self-determined function of your own will for the desire to feel, for you to increase your capacity to feel the real you. If you want to use it for something else in one of these other places, you're always going to need to start with the responsibility to feel you. Now, the same thing is true that if you decide that you want to face the fear or face the law of attraction or whatever that's coming at you, and you want to process it, you have to start here. The sincere desire to feel this feeling that's painful and every feeling like this I've ever denied. We've taught that before as the protocol, but it's actually these first three colors: the sincere desire to feel, the sincere desire fused with feeling and change. You can call it change, you can call it metamorphosis, but all of that is linked to the next color, the white, which is a sincere desire to be guided through the process. Feel, change, be guided. Now, if you take those three and you move it through the next three, which by the way turns out to be their husbands, the women on the mother's side are married to the men on the mother's side, and that happens to be all 6 grandparents from your mother's side. Now you take all of those into the next year, which is the grandparents on your father's side. That's a year. Now, what would it be like if you spent the entire month on one at a time to experience it, to feel it, to increase your access or wisdom of it, to utilize its benefits? Because each one of these locations, they have wonderful skill sets that are available for us to utilize when we move into them. So let me show you another graphic. I'll do my best to promise just one more. That's my famous statement. Now this is somewhat of the same thing, but we're doing it more vertically in a way. We're doing feel, 2 girl, 4 girl. This is all just to show you that this one's just ascending. 2 girl, 4 girl, 6 girl, 1, 3, 5. We go right through the numbers, and anyway, it kind of looks like this one, because this one goes through 2 girl, 4 girl, the same blue and the pink and the white, her son, what's called 1 boy, the mother's father, and then 3 boy, mother's father, 5 boy, which is mother's father's father. I know these are just numbers to most of you, but we are pretty much influenced by the epigenetic memories of our ancestry. The ones below are from the mother's family, the ones above from the father's family, and they have 3 degrees of magnitude. And I know that sounds odd, but these are 3 significant gates. Now these gates, which are ongoing and continuous, they are the automatic result of your desire to want to keep expanding your own desire to feel and grow and change while asking for help. And these are oftentimes referred to as gates or locks. These are the upper boundaries, not necessary to understand how they work in this moment, but your goal is, this is the same thing as the times of the day. This happens to be sunset, going through the night to midnight to sunrise again. This is sunrise. This is also fire in the belly, goes to fire in the heart, goes to fire in the head. These are 3 different magnitudes of order on your father's side. Now, to be able to go through all of these, wow, could you imagine what it would be like to spend a month feeling each one as it's related to the previous one, as it's related to the next one, and how they're all linked together in a continuous flowing equilibrium called cycles and seasons. This is kind of what we're doing. Now, I did not expect along the way of doing this for myself that it gets to a particular place where the only way to really effectively increase it is to share it. to share it, not just do it for myself, for my own purpose, my own awareness or understanding. No, it has to do with how to learn, how to share it with your own family, how to share it with subsequent generations, how to share it with the community, your nationality, even your cultural influences, your spiritual or religious influences, how to share all of it. Sharing is the great multiplier. And the multiplication is not arithmetic. If you have 3 people doing the same thing, it's one form of math. If you have 10 or 12, it's a lot more than 12. You have 30, you got the opportunity to grow in totally new ways. So just consider. I'm trying to save you my own 40 years of experimentation frustration. Please just consider starting today in the Southern Hemisphere with a sincere desire to feel. Just practice doing that for 5 seconds in an hour. Even if you don't know what the hour is or the feeling of it, just look at a beautiful flower or a tree or a star if it's that time of the day. Feel it and feel and feel and feel, asking to be guided in the experience of feeling more. Now, the rest of it will work out for itself. And when you start to have little experiences, hey, come and ask me about it. I think there's a lot of things I'd like to share with you when you ask. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.